This video is about all the businesses I started and failed and succeeded in the last 7 years. And the purpose of this video is to share with you that life and business and success and goals and dreams are not a linear journey, but that we learn from each and every experience that we have. So to start us off, we're gonna go down memory lane, back 7 years to the year 2017. Now, setting the scene for you, it is summer 2017 in this exact house, and the internet is really taking off. Social media is really taking off. It's the era of online business, drop shipping. It's the era of YouTubers coming up. It's the era of traveler influencers, travel blogs coming onto the scene. And the scene for Nika Moini is that I had just graduated from university. I got my bachelor's in international affairs and business, and it was the summer before moving into a different city to do my master's degree. And I was like, at this point, kind of fed up with everything. I was like, I just want to really grow on YouTube. At this point, I had a YouTube channel called Nika Moini. Now it's called Nika Moini Archives, where I was posting all kinds of like vlog, day in the life, university content. Okay. And that was kind of my first business. 2015 was when I got monetized on YouTube for the first time. This was back before you even needed 1,000 subscribers. And I got my first check from YouTube. I was getting like these little YouTube AdSense checks. That was my first ever money online, almost 10 years ago, I guess. But I wouldn't really count that as my first online business. Here was my first one, guys. Amazon Kindle publishing, okay? Do you guys remember Amazon Kindle? I mean, I guess Amazon Kindle still exists, but basically I bought my very first online business course. It was called Kindle Publishing Mastery, okay? And it was by this guy named Project Self Mastery. If you guys know who that is, he's actually a Vancouver based like personal growth YouTuber. I published right away when I first went vegan a cookbook, okay? I didn't even write this cookbook. I got it ghostwritten, which means when someone else writes it, and then I published it on Kindle. And that was like my first little checks online, was this vegan, and I put every keyword on this, girl. Like I put vegan, low carb, healthy, cheap, quick recipes cookbook, okay? And I had it being purchased from countries all over the world. That was my very first money online, and that was what first like opened my mind, like, okay, beyond just being a YouTuber influencer, there's like ways to really have an online business. So that was the very first thing I did right from this house. Then I knew that summer I was gonna go and travel Europe for the very first time. Before this, I had been to Italy with my parents, but this time I was gonna go to like multiple countries, do a little Europe trip. 2017 summer. So I created my first travel blog, and when I say blog, I mean a literal website blog with blog posts, okay? So this was called Nika Meets World, and I made blog posts. It was like 24 hours in Strasbourg, France, like what you should do, you know? And that blog made no money from any of the actual travel blogs, but what I did is I joined like blogger affiliate networks, and that was my first money. Was actually posting my link to join different affiliate networks for bloggers on Facebook groups. And then I just grew that account like follow unfollow like crazy. You know, I was on everyone else's little travel blog, and I was following, you know, the 2017 days. So that was that business thing, and it, you know, didn't really take off because I wasn't making any money from the blogging part of it, and it cost a lot of money to like just maintain a website back then. Okay, then I was like, you know what, screw this, drop shipping is the answer. If you guys remember, that was all over YouTube. It was like, drop shipping is the answer. Like, if you're not drop shipping, then you know, figure out your life. And there'd be these young men with Lamborghinis that say like e-commerce on it. Like, you guys remember that? So I'm like, you know, drop shipping, let's go. So then I made my first website and I was like, what should my niche be? And little 20-year-old Nika was like, oh, marble, you know, like, you guys know marble, like the patterning or the stone, right? So I called it Marble Magic, and I was drop shipping only marble related products. I had marble phone cases, marble like laptop covers, all kinds of crazy stuff. And then also t-shirts. Okay, I had girl boss t-shirts and that business did okay, you know. I remember the first like sales I got and getting a little notification from Shopify and like screenshotting it and being like, oh my gosh, like my first like order. And that was like a really cute time. Yeah, then I was like, wow, I know a lot about this, so I'm gonna make an online course. So then I started making an affiliate like marketing for bloggers course, but then I just kind of gave up on it. Then I went to university, moved to Ottawa that autumn, and like February, January 2018 was when I really got into all this, was when I found Dan Lok. So if you guys go back and watch my first video, I get a lot of hate on this. But essentially, Dan Lok's premise was you can work as a sales rep for businesses, mostly coaches, people selling online products. And by closing on the phone different deals for these people, you would get a commission. So let's say the product is $2,000, you make $200. The product is $5,000, you make $500. Sometimes the product is $2,000 and you make $500 per sale, right? And I was like, yeah, let's do it. I love talking. This will be great. I can do sales, whatever. So joined Dan Lok's course, ended up getting 3 different contracts. So working with 3 different coaches, doing their sales calls. This was when I was really in my hustle era. It's when I got this tattoo, Massive Action. And I was like, I was coached by a lot of men, right? Because sales is very male dominated. And I was very much like, I'm gonna hustle all hours of the day, no sleep, on the phones, pick up the damn phone, make the sale. And my life was very boom and bust. It was like 1 month I made 10 grand, 1 month I made $0. I was eating like rice and ketchup, just trying to survive, you know. But I was 22. I had giant dreams. I wanted to live in San Diego. I wanted to have a multiple 6-figure coaching business of my own, do sales calls, have a sales agency, start a juice company. These were all goals and dreams that I had on my vision board. I have another vision board back there, but I can even find my old vision board and show you guys. That was that. Okay, that was that era of my life. And I was living in Ottawa because I was still doing a master's degree, but it was funny because I was in this very prestigious master's degree, becoming a diplomat, all these things, and I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, this feels like like the real world feels like a scam. This feels legit. This is what I want to do, the online business stuff. And I had the biggest fallout ever with my parents, where they were like, what the fuck, like you got this far, like you got into this prestigious master's degree, you're like getting these internships, why are you not doing that? And I was like, dude, I just want to do sales and make money, and then I want to do my own things that help the world in the way that I believe helps the world, because I don't really see the UN or these institutions helping the world anymore like that. So that was that era of my life. I was doing sales calls. I was then running my own sales agency, which only lasted a few months, where I had closers and I would contract them out to other people that needed sales help, right? And in the midst of all this, working with other coaches, I was like, wait, I'm a coach. I could be a coach. Like, I overcame depression. I overcame a lot of mental health challenges, like in my teens and early 20s. and bullying and all kinds of things. And I was like, I want to be a coach. I want to help young women with their self-worth, right? And if you actually go back to the start of this channel, you'll see the Positivity Boss. This is also circa 2018. Start the Positivity Boss. I was like, I'm going to help young women with their mental health, with their mindset, and with their self-worth ultimately. And you know what? I didn't fully yet believe in myself to make it happen, and I wasn't really doing it to the extent that I should have. So I was like, I need to build my confidence. I ran a free program, 6 weeks on Zoom every week. They would get a different module of content, and then they would get homework and all kinds of stuff. Did that for 2018 all the way into 2019. And you know what? It got to a point where I was so in my masculine energy trying to hustle and get all of this off the ground and working, and I got kind of burnt out. And I was like, I need something with more leverage. I need something a bit easier. I need to be able to like leverage other people's time for my businesses, right? And that was kind of the idea with the sales agency, was I could just manage the business instead of being the one constantly working in the business, right? That's why I then transitioned to network marketing. But actually, before I tell you about that, so since Dan Lok got me results, okay, like, you know, it really did. I mean, I had 3 different contracts I was closing for. I was making money from Dan Lok, like for real. I was an affiliate for Dan Lok, so I sold a lot of Dan Lok's courses, and that in itself made me a bunch of money. And that's when I was like, wow, like the power of referrals and networking and like sharing products is really powerful. And I became Dan Lok's top affiliate in 2018. And then I was like, you know, kind of done with the sales world. I was just very, very burnt out from it. And I was like, I need something easier. I want to just kind of be an influencer, you know, and just refer products and like have a team of people sell products for me and stuff. So then that's why network marketing appealed to me, also because I was missing the leadership aspect. I felt very alone as an individual sales rep. And I was like, I want to have a team. I want to motivate people. I want to do public speaking, which really like tracks because that's what I do now. But at the time, the only thing that came to my mind was network marketing. So sold shampoo for about 2 years. And I got to like the top 5% of shampoo sellers, mostly from social media, YouTube. I would keyword optimize because I knew how to do that. I would also do a lot of in-person, like I would go to markets and sell shampoo, all kinds of crazy stuff, okay? And then I was still running my coaching business at the same time as selling shampoo. So with the coaching, I never fully launched my coaching program. I just did that free version of the coaching. And instead, I would do events. So every weekend, business brunch. What business brunch is got a bunch of girls together. We went around, everyone shared their businesses, then I strategized, deep dived on their business. I was like, this is your problem with marketing. You got to do this. You got to use Facebook groups. I was always like really a big marketing events person, thinker. So I would do these business brunches every Saturday in Toronto, King Street West, this place called Cali Love, which has now shut down. And that's what I did all through 2019. All the way up to February 2020, pre-pandemic, I hosted a vegan Valentine's market, which was sponsored by my shampoo company. And I sold a lot of shampoo that day, but more than that, I got the entire vegan community together and I hosted a whole market. And this was when like all of the seeds of what I'm doing now, you know, I can look back and see like, that makes sense. Like, okay, veganism was always super important to me. Community building, leadership, getting groups of people together. If I had never done all of these businesses, I don't think I would have had the immense amount of clarity I have now on like, what is it that I love and I'm good at, okay? This video is getting long. I'm gonna wrap it up a little bit. So yeah, essentially 2019 to 2021, network marketing was like my big thing, got to like the top 2% of that company. So honestly, I wouldn't say I fully failed a bunch of these things. I would say that I lost money for the most part, but I also gained money, but I probably lost more than I gained. But I also learned a lot of skills. But essentially 2021 came, and at this point my parents were like, yo, we are so done with you and all these businesses. Like, you need to just chill the fuck out. But also they told me, you're not meant for business. You were always meant to be, you know, serving the public good. You studied international affairs, you work in government, you want to make a positive impact on the lives of others. They're really anti-business because they come from like a communist upbringing in the north of Iran during the revolutionary time, and so they're just like really not into that. And I was like really just tired of not having their approval, so I just gave in, unfortunately. And 2021 I went like, if this is business and this is nonprofit making no money, I went like this. So I went from having businesses to just being full nonprofit mode. I launched my nonprofit, Youth Climate Save Canada, started doing advocacy, went back to government work. Like, I used my master's degree, went back to government work, did a bunch of government work contracts, all at the same time being like, I want to host events, I want to influence people, I want to change the world in my own way, you know. And so my nonprofit would kind of do that, because my nonprofit did events. My nonprofit was a way for me to practice leadership, leading a team of volunteers, all these things. So all of that was really positive for me. But it got to a point where I was like, dude, like, I want to be a coach. What about YouTube? What about like the entire run up of my life prior to 2021 that I'm ignoring by being in this path, you know? So I ended up quitting my job in 2023. I changed my entire life around. I left my engagement. I moved back here, and I was like, I don't care this time, you know, in terms of what my parents think or what anyone thinks. I'm gonna just go for it, because I know so deep in my heart that I'm gonna have 100K subscribers. I'm gonna have my business grow. Complete determination that it's gonna happen this time. It couldn't happen in 2018 for whatever reason. You know, the divine timing was off. The timing wasn't there. If I had gotten to, you know, $100,000 when I was 22, I wouldn't really know how to handle it. And my self esteem and like my self, like my skills honestly weren't even there to handle that level of success back then. Anyway, so I believe it's all divine timing, but here I am now. Okay, so 2023 I got my real coaching certification, so now I'm fully certified to coach. I've had 2 coaching clients this year, paid coaching clients, which is amazing. I've run really successful events. I ran over 20 events this year, women's circles, vegan girls club. I launched a vegan girls club. I have brand sponsorships sponsoring Vegan Girls Club. I have my nonprofit with a bunch of volunteers. Feel like I'm really like leading and serving the world. And my coaching business, I have coaching clients, I have YouTube, and I have public speaking. So I have all of the elements that I was trying to build in all these businesses that I started and failed and succeeded in. But like, if it fully comes together now. Now you might look at me and say, well, like, whatever, like, who are you? Because, you know, here you are in your parents' house with like inconsistent income from all of your millions of different things that you do, Nika. But I would say, like, fair, but I think that I'm really proud of my journey. I feel extremely confident now and self-assured, and also clear on the path that I'm going down this time, and I see how the path now is really aligned. So, you know, the moral of the story, what did I write, is that you know, start every business in your 20s. Like, just freaking go for it. If you have an inkling that something is cool or is going to benefit you, just do it, because you're going to learn a lot of lessons, and money will come and go. Every successful person loses money, gains money, loses friends, followers. There's so many things that happen in this journey, but it's all worth it at the end of the day. So Let me know what you learned from this video, if you found this video helpful or interesting below, and I hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you guys later.